The Great Rat Wars is an all-versus-one tabletop skirmish game in which one player will command an army of mutated rats trying to take over New York City, while all other players will work together in small squads of humans trying to defend the city from their new rat overlords. Will the humans be able to weave their skills together to help their allies and lay down some heavy damage to a general rat all in one turn? Or will the rats be able to command their army of soldiers to apply constant pressure to the humans, forcing their opponents to fall right into their perfectly planned ambush? It's all up to you to find out. On human turns, each human player will choose one of their available characters to activate, then get to take up to 6 total actions, split between maneuvers and skills. Maneuvers are the generalized actions that all characters can perform, while skills are the more character-specific actions seen on each character's board. The humans will have to split their time between attacking rats and searching through the trash around the city. They're going to be looking for the parts to make the explosives to destroy the dumpsters, claiming victory points in the process and also slowing the spawn of the soldier rats. On rat turns, the rat player will first spawn a new soldier rat adjacent to each dumpster still on the map, and then they will get to activate one of their generals and all of the soldiers on the board. The soldier rats are simple. They can all move 1 space and attack an adjacent enemy for 1 damage. The general rat plays similar to the human characters. They will have their 3 unique skills per turn, but only 1 maneuver. The 3 core unique features of the Great Rat Wars are its low randomness, the puzzle-like movement system, and the dynamically changing board on each turn. There is no dice rolling or card flipping for combat. If an enemy is within range of a skill, and within line of sight if it's required, the skill hits. This allows everyone to do what they want on their turns and be rewarded for their strategy, not punished for a bold play but a really bad dice roll. One of the few random elements of this game are what movement cards every player has in their hand. All of the movement decks are the same, even for the rats. So this allows everyone to have the same possible movement options throughout the game while also driving each turn's strategy by what players have at their disposal at any given moment. Players will need to chain together their different movement cards to optimally position their characters around the map, while keeping in mind what they plan to do on future turns and what cards they may need. The board state is always changing due to the fact that players are able to accomplish so much on each turn. New rats are constantly spawning, and the terrain being removed from the board throughout the game. All of this keeps players engaged and continually updating their strategies. Will you take on the challenge of trying to conquer New York City with powerful general rats and their swarm of soldiers? Or will you work together with your allies, using all the skills at your disposal to rid the city of this vermin plague? Either way, we can't wait to see you battling it out on the streets.
Hey, guess what? I got something super special for you today, because today in the Rat Hole, we are live.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is...
What's up, Internet? My name is Paparazzo Dave Chapman, and we are live. Welcome, welcome. This is going to be an exciting, fun hour. I've got with me the wonderful Zach Law, creator of The Rat Wars, and we're going to talk about the real-life story behind the game, and I love it. This game is right up my alley, because, I mean, The Rat Hole.
Of course.
But not only this, we've got another special guest. I've got James, my very own Paint Slinger.
How you doing?
James, what are you going to be doing while we're talking to Zach?
I might be painting, maybe.
Might be painting.
Yeah,
Just one of the miniatures from the game, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I haven't decided yet.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what you're gonna do. But yeah, so that's how things are gonna go. James is gonna be painting up some stuff, and James runs Sundays on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheRatHole.ca, where you are very likely watching this. Most people do tend to watch this on YouTube, but we do have a fair number of people through Geekorama.net on Facebook, and of course our Facebook page, and even somebody over on our Twitch channel, which is great. So welcome. If you are watching, feel free to make comments, because we can, in fact, bring them up on the screen. And so if you have questions for James, for Zach, we can address those as we go. So yay for that. James, why don't you switch over and show us what you're going to paint real quick, and then we'll check on what Zach's up to.
All right, so we're going to go to my overhead camera. So as you can see, it lays out where I'm painting, and what we're going to paint today is we're going to paint it's the Rat King, correct, Zach?
Yes, so that's one of the playable generals for the rats, and that is King Rat.
And he's already primed, and he is ready to go.
Awesome.
Woohoo.
To see.
So yeah, James will start this up. I'll probably edit this down to an episode 0 of the Paint Slinger, and whatever he doesn't finish today, because it's a nice big piece with lots of opportunities for detail. James, we'll finish it off on our regular Sundays. Itchy nose.
Absolutely.
So Zach, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of how you got yourself into the gaming world.
Yeah, so I grew up playing every type of game, playing sports, playing video games, playing board games, turning everyday life into games as much as possible. And it's just always been sort of a theme in my life, right? So after playing years of board games, getting deeper and deeper into the hobby, sort of finding like more niche hobby games, I decided that, okay, there's a game out there that I would want to play that doesn't exist. So figured I'd give it a shot and make it happen and be able to play that game.
And here we are.
Yeah, exactly.
We got to talk only a little bit at PAX Unplugged back in December. And so I got to see a little bit of this, and it looks great. Like, it just looks, most people here saw the promo video.
Thank you so much.
I'm super excited to see this hit Kickstarter. It comes at approximately when?
So we just actually decided today. We are going to be doing our Kickstarter launch on May 9th. So the second
9th.
Tuesday in May.
Excellent. So we got about a month and a half to do that. Awesome. And did I bring it in here? I think I did. And you can, there's your guys' website with the, if you put that little hashtag in there, it'll take you down to the bottom of the page, and that'll lead you off to the Kickstarter page to follow it and be notified when it goes live.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Of course. So tell us a little bit about the game.
Yeah, cool. So the Great Rat Wars is an all versus one tactical skirmish game in which one player will be controlling an army of mutated rats trying to take over New York City, everyday life. And everyone else will be working together as small squads of humans trying to defend the city from their new rat overlords. So it's going to be a very low randomness skirmish game that we reward the players by. You're going to be able to do whatever you want to do as long as you can figure out a way to do it. There's no dice rolling. You're not going to have this big plan and then nothing happens at the end of your turn because your attack didn't beat some stat. It's all real straight as long as you can figure out the puzzle of the game.
I like puzzles. Puzzles is good.
Yeah.
Let's just take a quick peek at James's playing. When you got the tail going on there, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, right. Right now I'm starting with the tail. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this color, and I'm going to start with the tail and all the other parts that are going to be flesh colored, like probably the hands, the feet, and part of the muzzle. And then from there, I probably will go into the fur. Zach, is there a particular color that you would like the fur to be?
Yeah, in his character art, it's sort of a darkish brown, and then the belly gets lighter as less hair sort of is on his big old fat belly.
And his cloak?
That is red. So his themes are really like red and gold, very regal, with the brown fur.
The fur trim, is that a white?
Off the top of my head, I want to say yes, but I can quickly pull that.
I'm just getting it uploaded here. If I can get in, because I do have it. Oh, I don't want it as a background.
Yes, it is white.
Okay. Of course, like I tell everybody who watches my program, these miniatures are your miniatures, so they can paint them however they choose.
100%. Yeah.
But I'm gonna paint mine, or this one right here, to match the game.
Cool. I'm excited to see it.
And there we've got the a better view of the miniature and the artwork. And we'll see how that turns out. So you're saying this is sort of based on your experiences in New York?
Yes, it's more than sort of. It is very much based on my experiences in New York, and King Rat was very real. He tortured me for about a year, and I eventually had to honor his memory with this game.
That seems like a fitting thing for all of the best rats.
Exactly.
What? Tell us the story. Tell us the story.
Yeah, absolutely. So I lived out in Bushwick, which is a neighborhood in Brooklyn, in a 3-story townhome, but I had the first floor and the garage. And at the time, I was living with my business partners and friends, and I work in the film industry. So we always had people coming in from out of town, wanting to move to New York, and sort of staying with us and having us help us. Sorry, we would help them get work, and then they would find somewhere else to live. So it was like a sort of revolving door of characters in the house. And because of that, we always had a lot of people around and a lot of food, a lot of trash, and eventually a lot of rats. A house, a couple stories or a couple houses next to us was condemned, and there were signs everywhere for, rats. The city was trying to deal with it. Eventually, those rats made their way into our house, and we had built a makeshift wall in the apartment to make more bedrooms, because New York is a terrible place, and you got to do what you got to do to be able to afford to live there. And being the college kids that we were, we didn't finish the outside of the wall, and we would just write and draw all over it. And one of the things that we had on the wall was a scoreboard. So we had rats versus humans. Anytime a rat would eat our food, scare us in any way, or be found in our shoes, rat or mouse, not all rats, they would get a point. And then anytime we would, let's say, remove them from the premises, we would get a point. And so after, 6 months or so, the score was around 40 to 40. We were up a couple, so maybe 37 to 40. And at this point, we were really starting to lose it. Rats everywhere, mice everywhere. There's rat poison, rat traps. The house smelled like death constantly because there were dead rats in the walls. Nothing we could do about it. And our friends that were staying in the basement would start to tell us about this huge rat that they had seen, and we were like, "No way, that thing's not real. Y'all are making this up." And till one day, we were in our garage hanging out, and we noticed that there was a hole that was chewed in the cement wall of our garage, and we're like, "That's crazy." And so we covered it up with a 45-pound plate, like for a barbell, And the next day we came back and the plate was just fully knocked over.
Yee.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he chewed through cement and then knocked down a 45-pound.
At that point, we abandoned the garage. This was now King Rat's territory. We'd stopped going in. And so we said, "This is yours. You've earned it at this point."
Yep.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
It's commentary from our friend Mark over in the UK. Sounds like MTV's Joe's apartment, but instead of cockroaches, it's rats.
Yes, very much so. Luckily, we never had cockroaches. It was just rats.
That could be the expansion. The cockroaches get in there, and it's rats versus the cockroaches, and yeah.
But yeah, so this had gone on for many months, and we'd started hearing rumors of King Rat. We'd see him in the shadows, when we were down in the basement. And one night, my friend Matt, who is actually a character in the game, he's the misplaced Texan in the game, came screaming out of his bedroom at 3 a.m. There's a rat in my bed. Woke all of us up, and he freaked out so much that he lined the floor of his entire bed with rat trap, mouse trap, just to make sure that nothing could climb into his bed again. And we, of course, wrote that on the wall. We said, Matt's down forever. That they've broken him mentally. It was a whole thing. And after another couple months of valiantly fighting this war against these rats, we had a party, as people do in college. And as I said, we work in the film industry. We had to leave town for a shoot, and we weren't the most responsible. We didn't necessarily clean up our house after this party after we left.
Oh no!
But we did at least take out the trash. And as I mentioned earlier, we had a lot of people living in our house, so we had one of those like big outdoor metal trash cans in our kitchen as our trash can, because we just had so many people there all the time. And when we came back from the shoot, we found a rat in the trash can, in the bottom of the trash can, that was just centimeters from being able to jump out. And at this point, Matt snaps. Something breaks in him. He needs his retaliation for the night there's a rat in his bed. And I will save everyone the details, but we'll say that Matt removed this rat from the house. And we thought this was going to be the end of it. It was a big rat, but it wasn't as big as King Rat, so we knew it wasn't the king. But we like to say that it was the prince, because the next day, King Rat gorged himself on rat poison, committed ritual suicide, lay dead in the middle of the garage, mind you, his own territory that we had given him. That he had claimed himself, quite honestly. And from that day on, we did not see a single mouse or rat in our house, because my buddy Matt he took the title, is the official King Rat of Bushwick. And the only way to kill the king is through the heart, take out who he loves.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. He was unstoppable physically. Nothing you could do. After a year-long traumatic war, I needed to do something with that story, and that is how this game came to be.
I love it. I cannot wait to see more of this thing. This sounds so good. And just like that, I did get to this, as I said, see some of it in action at PAX, and it looks beautiful. The minis that you sent back with me for James look gorgeous. You can see James is getting a little bit more done. Let's get a little closer look there, James. Hold him up there.
Making quick work.
Oh, this man, this is good, man. James does this for me for a reason, because he's good. Yeah. Also because I'm lazy and can't and have no patience for painting, but mostly because James is good.
Yeah, it's because he's great. Yeah, exactly.
But no, this is so. Tell me a little bit. How does the gameplay itself work?
Sure. Yeah. So the game is going to be played to 4 victory points. So either the rat player is going to get 4 points, or the human players are going to get 4 points. The rats get their points by killing human characters. So they kill 4 humans, they win the game. And the humans get their points by either killing the generals, so 2 points per general. So they could kill both generals and win the game. Or they can blow up the dumpsters, which are where the soldier rats spawn out of. You get 1 point per dumpster. So you can either blow up all 4 dumpsters, kill both generals, or do a combination of 1 general and 2 dumpsters. The game's going to be played over a series of turns. So the humans will take their turn together. Then the rat player takes their turn. Back to the humans, back to the rats, back and forth until someone has those 4 victory points. And we give players so many actions and so much on their turn because we want you to have really exciting, fun turns every single time that you touch the board. As the humans, you're going to get, each player is going to get 6 total actions each, and you will be activating simultaneously with your other humans. So there's going to be anywhere between 6 and 18 actions, or 18 actions being taken on any given turn, which you can do quite a lot with.
Right.
Yeah. So the actions are split up between maneuvers and skills. Maneuvers are going to be the general actions that everyone can take, using movement cards, trading, blowing up dumpsters, that sort of thing. And then the skills are going to be your character specific abilities that are on your character card. The misplaced Texan who we talked about, he's a ranger. So he has, a hunting rifle. He has a magnum. He has a Texas 3-step, which is a good movement ability. And all of the characters play differently depending on what, type of class they are, essentially.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Trying to download some of the images that you'd think I would have had, enough brains to do that ahead of time. No.
That's all right.
That would make sense. Why did that zip not zip? That's interesting. That's and how the movement is a bit interesting as well, because it's all card-based patterns, right?
Yeah. So there's our movement system is built around the movement cards that we have, which are going to be like pattern templates, maybe similar to like the attack templates of Gloomhaven is something that feels very similar to them. And you're going to be playing these cards to chain your movements across the board. You're only going to be able to move in specific directions if you have cards that only go in that direction. So let's say, you were planning on using the Soho Stiletto. She's on the left side of the board, but you really only have cards that move left right now. Maybe you decide, okay, I'm not going to activate her this turn. I'll activate someone else until I get some cards that let me do something better and use her more efficiently. So that's sort of like, you need to decide what you want to do. Do you want to really push it, use as many resources as you can and try and do the thing you want to do? Or do you want to be efficient and use your actions as well as you can? And yeah, so this is the a General Rat's card. This is King Rat's card. So you can see those top 6 skills will cost just a skill token, the little black piece. That's what is in the bottom left. And then everyone is also going to have an ultimate, which is going to cost 1 of your 2 ultimate cubes. So everyone has 7 skills that they can pick from. You'll be able to do 3 every turn.
Okay. I've got a bunch of these in here. So there's all sorts of fun stuff. So here's one of the human characters.
Yep. So this is the deli cook. He's a big tank. So his whole thing is about pulling people in really close to him, taunting them so that his enemies have to attack him and he'll save his partners. And he can dish out a lot of area of effect damage to hit a lot of people that are close.
And the one we've heard the most about.
Yeah, the true hero of the story, the current King Rat of Bushwick himself, the misplaced Texan. Just an incredible damage dealer. He's going to be able, like, people that want to play this game to kill rats, this is going to be the character you're going to want to play.
That's terrible. You don't want to kill rats. Rats are great.
Splinter might have a thing to say about that.
Yeah,
exactly. And Mark said, Zach, didn't you keep any rats for pets?
Well, I mean, not necessarily as pets, but they lived there for a year, so maybe
you were the pets.
Yeah, exactly. They kept us as pets.
That's what I say when here. My roommate was I'm the house pet.
Yeah.
Except I can cook.
Yeah,
You're the house pet with skills.
Exactly. How's it looking over there, James?
I think we're coming along pretty good. I've at least got the base down for the flesh, or at least what I would like. Now I'm gonna go either into the cape or I'm gonna start going into the fur.
Yeah, it looks
Fun.
awesome.
Love it.
I haven't
Love
figured it out yet, but I'll get there.
That's why I love you. Just kind of make things up as you go along, because you
talented.
can.
It looks awesome.
Well, the thing is that you might have a plan. You might say, well, I want to do this part first or that part first, but it's easier to just start and then whatever kind of just
go to whatever feels natural.
Yeah. Maybe I don't want to work on the rat body itself, but I want to do maybe the hat or his scepter or the cloak. So I'm gonna put painting him aside. I mean, we're still painting him, but we're gonna put painting him aside, and we're gonna go to something else on him.
Cool. Can't wait to see it.
I just read, James, you did Splinter, didn't you, when we did as part of the Ninja Turtle stuff earlier? Yeah, so we've done Splinter, we've done the Rat King from War in Christmas Village, and now we get this Rat King.
Incredible.
Yep. And I also have a very large Skaven army from Warhammer Age of Sigmar, so I'm quite familiar with painting rats.
Yeah, the rat names just keep piling up. Love it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the Rat King.
Well, I know someone that might have something to say about that,
Well,
two rats enter, one rat leaves.
Maybe not the Rat King of New York, but even though we're not supposed to have any rats in Alberta, I got a sizable rat army that says otherwise.
Absolutely. Love that.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think. Alberta prides itself on being rat-free. Comments on politicians aside. But there's patrols along the border.
Question for you is sort of what caught your eye at PAX to, I mean, obviously besides the connection of rats to the channel, but would love to hear that from you.
That was a big one obviously right up front. And then, cat. So I shared this channel, like this StreamYard with the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. So we'll just have to put up a cat alert.
Yeah, she wanted to come and say hi.
Hi.
She wanted to
very sleepy.
Looking, yeah.
Yeah.
Teehee. But no, the dumpster, the miniatures were gorgeous. Even the dumpsters have miniatures. And I really like that some of the main rats, the army of rats, aren't miniatures; they're dice.
Yes,
which adds an extra element of just a different handsiness.
Yeah. So that was actually a really tough thing for us of figuring out what these soldier rats were going to be, because the most you're going to have of them on the board at once is 24, and you have to move every single soldier rat every turn. So these pieces are getting a lot of wear and tear. They get a lot of use, and they need to hold very quick, easy to see information, which is how much health they have left and if they've been activated or not. So we originally did print up some minis for them, and we had a chip system of sort of stacking health tokens underneath. But it became really cumbersome to move, anywhere from 10 to 20 of them every single turn, and to quickly see, does that have 2 health? Does that have 3 health? What is it? So we moved away from the mini for that. And then we went to this pyramid standee system I designed, where there was a 3 cardboard standees that made a like triangular prism, and they all had the art on it. It looked great. As they took damage, you would take one side off for 1 damage, so you could quickly see, okay, oh, there's that one has 2 health, this has whatever. But they were overtowering everything on the board. They were so massive, you couldn't really see around them. It felt fiddly picking them up because you didn't know if all of the piece or one side was going to come out, if whatever it was. So then we just landed on dice. Like, I really wanted to make a game without dice because there's no dice rolling, there's no chance in that sense. So I was like trying to avoid it, but I was like, oh well, it's either 1, 2, or 3 health, and then we can also track 1, 2, or 3 health, active or non-active. So the 6-sided dice is perfect. So you can, on all the dice that we have, if 3 is showing, you could flip it back by the ears and it'll show if it's been activated or not. So it helps the rat player track, oh, okay, I've already used that one, I've already used this one, I got to use these 4 left. So like, it was such an interesting problem to solve of, oh, how, like, we really wanted to have this like crazy sculptures everywhere for like all the soldiers. It was going to be really fun. Didn't work. All right, we wanted the art because we love the art on it. All right, that didn't work. And then we landed on these dice, and people seem to really like it that have played with it in person. Like, the tactile feel, like you said, it feels different than the minis. You can pick them up, you can slide them around, you're flipping them over. It really works with how often they need to move.
Right. No, they look. Saying they look cute is wrong because but they have a definite style to them that it drew me in as I'm like just walking by going, wait a minute, and I had to just stop and just take a closer look. I just kept coming back to you guys over the course of the weekend. I just kind of I didn't have a lot of time because I was there working with another company, but every time I was like, I gotta taste what's going on over here. So it's absolutely just gorgeous. Do you know yet, I guess, what you're thinking for stretch goals, anything like that in the Kickstarter that you can tell? I mean, maybe you can't. That's fine too.
So we're a couple of things that we're definitely going to do, and then maybe we'll tell some other ideas. But we definitely want to have upgrading the dumpster minis from just gold painted feeling plastic to actually metal gold dumpsters, because they are really the trophies of the game, right? That's what you're going after. So that's going to be one. For the non-miniature version of the game, the core game, we're going to want to upgrade the character standees from cardboard to acrylic, just to really get that beautiful art, easier to see, feels a little bit better. And then the next one is upgrading the size of the dice from like I think the quotes that we're getting are somewhere around 18 or 19 millimeter dice up to like, anywhere from 22 to 24 millimeter dice, so that you really have the weight, and the soldiers feel nice moving around, and they fill up those hexes really well.
So we're looking, just because this happens to be within reach,
Amazing.
Going kind of like vaguely that big from dumpy. Do I have a smaller one? So something along like from that to that
exactly.
kind of thing?
Yeah.
Huh.
And Dragon Dice from SFR.
Well, looks great.
It's a fun game. The original dice builder.
Okay.
Forget Quarriors, forget Dice Masters. These guys are where it's at. Back when it was originally a TSR thing. Some of their stuff still has even.
Oh wow! Yeah.
They took all of the old stock. I mean, they got some new stuff that's their logo, but yeah, they took all of the old stock. The story about ET, the old ET Atari game, where there's going to landfill it, that was going to happen to that game.
Oh wow!
And then the group of fans went, no. So there, if you go to conventions, you'll see them set up. It's great.
That's awesome.
some fun dice. So upgrading that. So we got anything else besides those upgrades? Do you have any extra stuff?
So we have ideas for some extra general rats that we've play tested. I just don't necessarily know the logistics yet on adding more minis and adding more sculpts for the molds that are being made. But we would love to do that for sure. Also, like some smaller cosmetic things, some nicer printing on the boxes, like maybe some gold foil or some UV, just something to like really make that chaotic art on the box shine. And then a couple other exciting things that I don't know if we're necessarily ready to talk about, but those are those are the ones that I feel pretty good and confident about, and really want to make sure that we hit.
Definitely, and you don't want to give away all the surprises.
Yeah, exactly.
We got a month and a half for those to start trickling out and leaking out.
Yeah.
And where did that comment go? James, here's a question for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
James, with all the rats you've painted, have you ever tried to caricature the biggest rat of them all, Dave Chapman?
If I can get a mini of it, sure. Actually painting caricatures or any kind of actual artistic paints, I don't do that so much. Minis, I'm your guy.
Just got to get a mini made of it then.
And there are companies that do that.
Yeah.
It's entirely plausible. Where's he at there, James?
I have done the red on the cloak.
Ooh.
So you have the skin and the red. So now we're moving on to the fur.
Excellent.
Looks great.
You're making some good progress there.
Yeah, absolutely. The speed at which I paint minis, this is unbelievable.
Maybe we'll be painting the queen for the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this depending on how long this goes. Yeah, that's certainly a possibility. Gee, horrible. We have to do another one.
Yeah.
Oh darn.
Actually, darn.
I do have to say, let me flip over here just for a second. I have to manually flip between cameras.
Yeah, Streamer does let you do a second camera, but for some reason we couldn't get it working for James. There you go.
I do have to say that on one of the characters, she's in like a mandarin dress.
Yes, the solo stiletto.
She has very, very fine raised patterning actually on the mini.
Yeah,
and I'm excited. I'm really excited to try and trace that. Yeah,
that'd be awesome. Yeah, I thought it be important to get that detail on the mini itself, so that even if people don't want to paint it, they can still feel that art and the design in the mini.
I was extremely surprised and very happy for that to be there, and I'm going to try my absolute best to line them out in gold.
That would be incredible.
For me, even though there it looks like she's kind of in a brown. Is that the color?
Dress is green.
Green?
Yeah.
Okay. Like a dark green?
Yeah, like a more emeraldy green.
Okay. Because I was thinking originally kind of going with Splinter, the red and yellow. Okay.
Sure.
There she is there.
But I like the green too. Really like that green. Yeah, I'm excited to get my hands on that one and try it out. See if I can't do that embroidery justice.
That would be incredible. My hands are far too shaky for that, but You're the professional here, so.
Yeah.
So are mine some days. And that's why I don't get the shows to you necessarily on time.
That's okay. I at the time don't get them out. I think, did I actually share out part 5? I don't know if I
have
did
no
of the last
idea.
one. It's been a month. It's I think for
can believe
everybody,
that.
it's like everybody talked to is just.
Yeah, it's been wild. Well, so outside of my game, what have you been playing in this hectic month?
A lot of prototypes, actually, just out of the dumb luck timing of it. I'm in the process of trying to bang out a preview of Dragoon's Ice Age.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
And you're playing a bunch of penguins,
Cool.
tribes of penguins and baby dragons, which will eventually grow up to, eat all the penguins and take over the full size game of Dragoon.
Naturally.
And when you mentioned the metal, that was their thing. They still do it now. 2 different versions. Lay Waste Games is big on the metal pieces, and they're just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean they drew me in at PAX. Like, oh man, just those pieces are incredible.
The Dragoon, I think the Ice Age one, I think might actually be going live this weekend because it's PAX East this weekend.
Yes, yeah, it's PAX East this weekend,
and it'll be either last I heard they wanted it up for PAX East, but it's possible it'll go up, like just after Monday or something.
Sure.
But I've got that. I just picked up Oros. The retail edition of that is coming up from Lucky Duck. The deluxe version on that one is gorgeous. It's got big, chunky meeple that are about yay big.
Yeah.
I only have the retail edition. I met the designer.
I got like the base edition off of Kickstarter. I didn't get the big one.
Yeah, I was down at SaltCon, and the designer is local there, so I got to learn a little bit with using the deluxe one, and then he sent me home with the retail one.
Very cool.
So that's been fun. Doctor Who Nemesis is the other big one I've been doing.
That's fun crossover.
Except it's not what it sounds. I hate that they use that name. This is not Nemesis, the big game that franchise that is all with aliens that you'd think. It's basically villainous. It's Doctor Who villainous.
Interesting. Okay.
But I wish they had gotten together with Ravensburger to co-do that and make that an official, especially now that Doctor Who's over at Disney.
Right.
But that's basically very similar to how it plays.
Okay.
And it's really kind of neat. Like you got Sasha Dwelly's master on the front, but you've got 2 other masters in the game.
Cool.
And that's a lot of fun. So I've been having that one's. It's going to end up being a 2-part review.
That's great.
That's how big that one is.
That's awesome.
So that's kind of the last few that I've had going. Zabirius had been trying to get played.
Don't know it.
That one it's a smaller indie thing. Okay. All the boards and dice come. The player board expands depending on how many players you have, but actually snaps into the play. Like there's the map and then the player board, and they kind of push together as multi-layer punch board.
That's cool.
And under that is any of the pieces you need for that player.
Love
so they all keep together.
Storage solution like that.
Yeah, and then all the dice actually have a tight fitting foam.
Oh, that's awesome.
And unfortunately it is upstairs. I can't even grab it. But it's absolutely gorgeous. And then the other one, Scott and Anita from the Read Along podcast played at Kapla. I'll go back to that one. Kapla is a prototype game by one of our Klingon friends, and it's
Michael Cox.
Yes, Michael Cox, and it's a little bit of it's in Klingon, and it's a little Captain Sonar-ish.
Okay. Captain Sonar is incredibly fun. So
yeah, and there's a couple different versions of it, and awesome. So that's being developed. He also has Happy Gah, which is kind of a Klingon themed Happy Salmon. That was very
love
cute.
These adaptations.
Yeah. And the other one was blocks, bad blocks, bad. What the heck was it called? You're basically revolutionaries trying to get out from under the foot of the po-po. And where is... Yeah. The other nice thing about Kapla, I mean, James is on the box and he's on some of the cards.
Love that.
Yeah, it's well done. Did I not take a picture?
I do what I can for my friends.
How's
Yep.
the fur coming there, James?
Oh, I think it's coming along quite well. Oh, there we go. Got some of the brown. Great. So we're just putting down the base color, and then I'll worry about highlights and low lights and stuff like that.
Totally.
In a little bit. Right now, it's just all about base colors.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, Dave, I got to get running soonish. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. Yeah, that's the other one I was playing with my friends from the read along. And it's so all the players are represented by actual cubes, and the white cubes and big old tanks are the police running through this city. So it's that one's a neat game. But yeah, you've got to take off here pretty soon. So let's.
Yeah. Any last questions? Anything else you want to hear about the game?
Anything else from the audience? Any other questions? I know Mark's out there. They've got a couple of people watching. We got a handful of questions left. In the meantime,
while
let's just take another.
For that, I'll say that anyone that is interested in playing the game can pop over to our Discord. We run games on TTS. The TTS mod is also public. Or if you're located in or around New York, we do local in-person playtesting as well every now and then. So we usually announce that stuff through our Discord.
Excellent. Is the Discord on the website? Is there a link?
It is. Yeah, right on the bottom of the website. It's down there. Big button to join.
There you go. So blg.games. So you can check that out, and then use the hashtag kick. That'll take you to the bottom of that same page. So you can check out the game itself. That is absolutely like I said, I'm super excited for this. And the story behind it is glorious. I can't.
Oh, I love it. It's an amazing story.
It's certainly an odd origin story for a board game, but makes it all the better for me.
Yeah, the best stories are the weird ones.
Exactly.
They really, really are. So James, what do you want to stick around and do some more painting? Do we want to just move this over to episodes of the Paint Slinger? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, we can stick around for a little bit. I'm perfectly happy.
Excellent. So we'll. All right. So what I'm going to do? We'll just jump through. Oh, wait. I see a comment. Do you have any outlets in the UK, or will it be USA only? So that's a good question. What about international shipping and whatnot?
So we are planning on doing international shipping to the UK, to Europe. We have a shipping partner that's going to handle all of that. We're also planning on getting the rulebook translated to German and French as well. Not all the text on all the cards and all the character boards, but we'll have, at least in the rulebook, everything should be translated on somewhere.
Excellent. So let's just pop over here. I added so many. I added so many of these pictures here that I've lost track. So there's some of them.
I love this guy.
Oh, the deli cook. Yeah, he's a fun character for sure. He is based off of the deli cook for the deli that was right around the corner from our house when we were fighting the Rat Wars. Almost all of these characters are based on real people that were part of the war.
Nice, I love it. Well, I had a thought.
Sure.
The Rat Warriors could have like small dice to count their wounds, or or active. So it could have been like a stretch goal to have actual Rat Warrior
Minis.
But that's from a person who likes minis.
Yeah, totally. I mean, a lot of people do though. So
They can even hold them. They can hold the die.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen that. Excellent. Well, let me go through here, and so thank you, obviously, Zach, for coming on, showing this. I do have to thank the 427s, whose music you will hear at front and end of this. Geekorama.net, who co-broadcasts this over on their Facebook page. Legend of the Traveling TARDIS and Hanging with Web, HWWS Media Group, for sponsoring the StreamYard program that we're using here. You can obviously check out James on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheRatHole, DOTCA, because YouTube doesn't like having dots in there. You can also find our YouTube channel and everything else over on our link tree, linktr.ee/TheRatHole.ca. And all of our social medias are over there, so you can follow us, like us, see all of the cool reviews. And I also, just because I've got this still handy in here, I have to throw this picture up because this is what I get when I'm doing the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I get people sending me Snapchats of me in filters because that's just silly. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the credits, I think, right now. James and I will stick around after the credits, and I will pull those out. But before I do that, I'm going to just pop back over here. Zach, thank you again. Oh, let's take a little look here. Oh.
You've done an incredible job in such a small amount of time. Honestly, it looks great.
Oh, I haven't even started yet. Like I said, I'm just running base colors. I haven't even done the highlights and stuff yet. So just you wait, sir. You wait.
I can't wait to see it finished up.
So yeah, that'll be Sundays at approximately noon Mountain Time. The Paint Slinger goes up, so you'll be able to follow along and check out the progress. I think is probably going to be our next series. I do head off to Orlando for MegaCon here on Mondays, so I will try and get everything set up and rolling before I get there. So we've got lots of extra time. Zach, thank you again for joining.
Thank you so much for the time and getting to hang out. It was great.
Yeah, no, anytime. And again, so what was the date again? March or May?
May 9th.
May 9th. So yes, definitely May 9th. Check out the Great Rat Wars. And again, thank you so much. And there's James. James's lovely face. So I'm gonna run our credits, and you can take off, Zach, and James and I will hang out for another little bit and see what things are going.
Perfect. Thanks so much, y'all. Have a good night.
Thank you very much for coming in.
And to everyone else, good gaming and goodbye. And the Rev joins us at the very last minute. No, you didn't. You missed an hour of awesome. That's what you missed, Tom. We are going to stick around for a few more minutes, James and I, while he keeps painting the Rat King. I'm going to edit all of this. This is going to be my version of the after party. Legend of Traveling TARDIS always does a half-hour after party that doesn't go to audio. Well, I don't do audio, but I'm going to pull this out from the YouTube video once it processes. I'm just going to hack it off, and we will definitely add it in. And what I'm going to do, just to make life easier, this, boop. We can see James a little bit better. Ha!
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you can see my hands and you can see the rat.
Exactly. And that's the important thing. No one really needs to see your face.
Never.
No. But I did you like what I did with your screen of the credits there?
I did.
You got when you see the actual the actual theme for the Paint Slinger, it has that same color pattern. Yeah, get beers and let's just get out. I don't disagree with this plan in principle. Maybe I will. I got some time. So here's what I'm going to do. In fact, I'm gonna go do that, James. So I'm gonna pull myself out for half a second here. You start talking, because you're good at that, and I'm gonna see if I got a beer.
All right, you go do that, and I'll take over here. So what I've been doing is I've been painting the Rat King so far for I think it's the Rat Wars or the Great Rat Wars. It's the new board game that we've been talking about for the last hour. And I'm just hoping to get some more base colors down on this guy before I give him an all over wash. To dirty him up a little bit. And then I have other things to do. But for the moment, I'm just going to work on him. And I think people are going to like what they see. Or at least I hope they do anyway. It's, something that I've...
Well, Zach seemed to like what he was doing. I'm back. I'm going to put you back here. Yeah.
Welcome. We missed you.
I'll have a root beer, please. Well, you have to get your own. I'm sad I don't have any quote-unquote good beers. I've got my roommate's family drink, light beer. And I've got a little, big little thing IPA from Chico, California. I'm not a IPA fan, but, it's what I have.
Have you tried the newest Star Trek beer?
I have not. Oh, I didn't grab that from you. Because I think Cindy grabbed. Did you have
Cindy
it, or somebody grabbed it?
Cindy would have grabbed it, but I haven't seen her.
No, I have not tried it, and hopefully I will when I go to Calgary Expo.
Oh,
you'll have to bring it for me. But I've got we do, in fact. Dough. Yes, very much dough. Yeah, Federation of Beer. I've heard nothing but good things. The IKV Swifthawk is our local Klingon ship. James is the former captain, now Commodore. And I am the official photonic imaging specialist of the ship. But unfortunately, I'm never able to go do the beer fest because it's always opposite something else for me. James, what type of paints are you using, and do you prefer a certain brand over others?
I use pretty much strictly Citadel, the Games Workshop brand of paints, but I have used I've used Vallejo's, and I haven't had a chance. I bought into, so I did the Kickstarter for Duncan for Duncan's Duncan Rhodes' new paints called Too Thin Coats, and I have 15 colors of his, and I'm kind of dying to use them, but I haven't found anything that I really want to try them out on. So right now, my certain brand that I'm using is Citadel. I prefer Citadel. It's what I've used over the last 23 years that I've been painting. But don't let you don't have to lock into any one brand of paint. You can take paints from all kinds of different you can have some Vallejos, maybe you have some Duncan Rhodes, maybe you have some Citadels, maybe even that's an Army painter. It doesn't matter if whatever one works for you and they have the colors that you need, use those paints. Don't be afraid to mix them up. Maybe you use Citadel paints because you like the red. So whenever you do red cloaks or red, you use the Citadels, but you really like the way the steel is out of Vallejo, then use the Vallejos. Just use whatever's comfortable. For me, right now, it's Citadel. Could change once I start trying other paints.
I'm looking forward to spring because we're going to be doing some stuff from Tales from the Loop, the board game, and those minis. And hopefully we'll be doing those with some of the Turbo Dork metallic paints.
Now that I'm looking forward to.
Yes, when we're offline here, we need to settle out what those are so we can get a hold of them and confirm.
See, I've even used Green Stuff Worlds. I've used their metallic metallic filters, and what it does is it just gives you kind of a gloss coat over your metallics. It doesn't really change the colors a whole lot. Let's see. Here we go. Look, if you look at this, it's more or less silver, but there is a slight blue sheen to it because I've used kind of a turquoise color on the shield from the filters, just for just to try something new.
Yeah,
it's good to experiment. It's good to find out what you like and what you don't like.
Exactly. And in honor of us doing a thing about rats, I've grabbed my beer stein that is from a veterinarian.
Nice.
I have had this particular beer mug since '98. When I was on tour with a show, this was the host family I was staying with. He had a giant fridge of cool beers and his own custom glasses that he gave everybody.
Now, see, this is the Rat King from. Is it the Great Rat Wars or just the Rat Wars?
It is the Great Rat Wars.
The Great Rat Wars. Okay. So this is the Rat King. He's one of the lieutenants in the game. But a lot of the rats that I'm used to painting are about that big.
Little bit bigger.
Yep. And a lot more fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've painted over 100 of those guys. And
nice.
Over 100 of these guys. As you can see, I'm starting to do the trim. Oh, there we go. Starting to do the trim on his cape or cloak or whatever you want to call it. Makes him look like Santa Claus, but whatever.
Santa Rat.
Yeah,
I'm down for Santa Rat.
And his workshop is your garage.
Yeah.
Apparently. So maybe they're not soldier rats. Maybe they're elf rats.
Maybe. Oh, that's an interesting thing. I was just trying to load up the logo image, and apparently I've added too many pictures. It's kind of neat when you're finding new things. Yeah, okay, fine. It still doesn't like it, so I'll just have to delete a few more before I pull it up there. That's okay. I want to do that at the end of the show anyway. But no, I'm so super excited for this. Really, I am.
Well, if you get it and you bring it up, you can count me in for a round or whatever.
There we go. The Great Rat Wars.
There it is.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to now. The only version of this I do have is the one I edited down for the pre-show, because heaven forbid I should have the real thing. But let me run the promo video for this one more time. Well, and awesome. You keep painting, James, because we're doing local recording, so I've still got you. You're still on camera and still rolling while I do this. Cool. Just where is my video of that? There it is. So yeah, it's a 3-minute promo video. It tells you all about the games.
The Great Rat Wars is an all-versus-one tabletop skirmish game in which one player will command an army of mutated rats trying to take over New York City, while all other players will work together in small squads of humans trying to defend the city from their new rat overlords. Will the humans be able to weave their skills together to help their allies and lay down some heavy damage to a general rat all in one turn? Or will the rats be able to command their army of soldiers to apply constant pressure to the humans, forcing their opponents to fall right into their perfectly planned ambush? It's all up to you to find out. On human turns, each human player will choose one of their available characters to activate, then get to take up to 6 total actions, split between maneuvers and skills. Maneuvers are the generalized actions that all characters can perform, while skills are the more character-specific actions seen on each character's board. The humans will have to split their time between attacking rats and searching through the trash around the city. They're going to be looking for the parts to make the explosives to destroy the dumpsters, claiming victory points in the process and also slowing the spawn of the soldier rats. On rat turns, the rat player will first spawn a new soldier rat adjacent to each dumpster still on the map, and then they will get to activate one of their generals and all of the soldiers on the board. The soldier rats are simple. They can all move 1 space and attack an adjacent enemy for 1 damage. The general rat plays similar to the human characters. They will have their 3 unique skills per turn, but only 1 maneuver. The 3 core unique features of the Great Rat Wars are its low randomness, the puzzle-like movement system, and the dynamically changing board on each turn. There is no dice rolling or card flipping for combat. If an enemy is within range of a skill, and within line of sight if it's required, the skill hits. This allows everyone to do what they want on their turns and be rewarded for their strategy, not punished for a bold play but a really bad dice roll. One of the few random elements of this game are what movement cards every player has in their hand. All of the movement decks are the same, even for the rats. So this allows everyone to have the same possible movement options throughout the game while also driving each turn's strategy by what players have at their disposal at any given moment. Players will need to chain together their different movement cards to optimally position their characters around the map, while keeping in mind what they plan to do on future turns and what cards they may need. The board state is always changing due to the fact that players are able to accomplish so much on each turn. New rats are constantly spawning, and the terrain being removed from the board throughout the game. All of this keeps players engaged and continually updating their strategies. Will you take on the challenge of trying to conquer New York City with powerful general rats and their swarm of soldiers? Or will you work together with your allies, using all the skills at your disposal to rid the city of this vermin plague? Either way, we can't wait to see you battling it out on the streets.
So there we go. That is the promo video for the Great Rat Wars, for those who tuned in late. And that is the website there, blg.games. or blg.games/#kick will take you directly to the Kickstarter portion of their website, so you can follow along. Wow, no technical difficulties. Works perfect. Must be issues with Type 4 console when Christian uses it. I mean, to be fair, the StreamYard is best used when there is someone else doing all of the stuff behind the scenes.
Hey,
I have to admit that.
Dave,
Yes?
you need to bring up that alert.
I think I do. Boop, 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 boop. There's this comment in the way. Hold on, we're gonna get that out of there. Boop. Cat alert, because we got a second cat.
Yep.
Oh,
We have Toothless now.
hello, Toothless.
Hi.
He's a cute kitty.
All my kids love me.
They're all very furries, which means they love me too.
Yeah.
And cover me in fur whenever they possibly can.
Love my big man.
Mm-hmm. Meow. Thank you, Tom. The hashtag guru in the house. Despite the fact that he's not actually hashtagging, which is weird. I'm confused. Did somebody hack Tom's account? Like, he's like, what did I mean? No hashtag. No hashtag. No hashtag. No hashtag. I am very confused. Because the hashtag guru just hashtags everything. But, yeah, no, so... there we go. There we go. Hashtag meow.
Now we don't know if it's hacked because you've given them the, there's supposed to be a hashtag.
Hashtag.
There we go.
Course, as soon as you switch your camera back, James, love your full-size Proton pack. It's epic. This is accurate.
Actually, it's the 80% Proton pack from Spirit Halloween.
Did you ever get around to you? Because you were going to paint it up a bit and tweak it, right?
Yeah, I was gonna get some stuff from Frank and Geek, which specifically mod out full size and the Spirit Halloween Proton packs. I was gonna give it a little bit more paint and redo the electronics. I just haven't gotten there yet because other things get in the way.
Shocking.
I know.
I've never had anything get in the way. Not at all.
The one thing that I didn't do that I kind of wish I had done was HasLabs had a full size Spangler backpack from Afterlife that they were offering for $400. And then I priced out what it's going to cost me to mod my Proton pack that I have here, and I'm like, fuck. I might as well just have paid for the Spangler Proton pack off of HasLabs.
Hashtag hot tea, not beer, no root beer. That's a long, confusing hashtag. But cheers to the tea. La cuppa. You're heading down to Orlando this weekend? Is that right? You want to visit just in time to not see me there? Terrible timing.
Their flight comes in the same time. Their flight comes in the same time yours leaves.
No, it's the other way around, actually. Tom basically leaves either the day before or the same day as I fly in.
Oh.
And it's like, really? MegaCon with the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I'm super excited for that.
Sorry, what was the con's name again? I missed it.
It is of course it's MegaCon. I have no way to actually hear how bad that was distorting. It was like
Actually, it wasn't bad.
No? Oh, okay, that's good.
So what do you guys think?
I think it looks gorgeous. Here we go. We'll come to this dope. So James, what can you come? So Mark here, when I was in the UK, we do these fun little videos of weird chocolate bars that they have over there, and he sent a couple of boxes to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS to Christian and to Melanie, and so I brought him a little bit, but not nearly enough. And one of the ones that we had was Fry's Turkish Delight, which I didn't mind, but Christian and Melanie both couldn't stand. But on my second trip over, I had to bring them up a Big Turk, which is the Canadian equivalent of a Turkish Delight. And which I realized at that point I'd never had it before. But what are some other random chocolate bar names in Canada that are weird like the Big Turk?
Oh, we have Macintosh Toffee, or the Cuban Lunch.
I'm trying to think what else is actually Canadian, because a lot of the stuff we have is either available in the UK or available in the States. There's not a lot that is straight up strictly Canadian.
I don't think Cuban lunches are.
That's true. I don't even know what that one is.
No, you don't remember they were around when I was a kid, and they're around now. It's kind of a squarish chocolate bar, about that big, and it comes wrapped with a piece of kind of like a muffin wrap around it, and then a plastic wrapper over top, so you can actually see the candy bar. It's not in a opaque wrapper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rev's leaving on the 28th. I know Christian is going to go to my photo shoot on Saturday, maybe next year. 28th? Is that the Sunday? I feel like I fly in on the 27th. Oh, what time do you? So, I technically leave on the 27th, but like at the end of the night. So it's, and I don't arrive in Orlando till. And I don't know which, based on my calendar, I don't actually know if I think it's 10:20 Orlando time. I finally land in the morning. So 10 hours worth of flights. But that would be, I land, are you going to be at the airport at 10 a.m. on the 28th? That would be kind of cool. Because if you are, I will bring you a sticker. I will bring you a sticker if you're around at 10 a.m. on the 28th. You and I are the only ones that eat Turkish Delight. That chocolate soap did my stomach a turn. I should actually stop by. I need to do that. I will pick up a couple of Turkish Big Turks for Christian and Melanie and everybody while I'm out doing my traditional chocolate shopping. That's something I always do when I'm in the States. I always go in and I'll bring usually Coffee Crisp and Canadian Smarties, which to the Brits are just Smarties. To the Americans, there's some weird, strange thing because their Smarties are what we call rockets. So those little chalk pills that you only get at Halloween because what? Yeah, that's what they call Smarties down there, and it's ridiculous. So I always bring some Smarties down for whenever I know I'm going to be seeing Mrs. Looney from Looney Labs. I always bring like a big bag of Smarties because I know she loves them, and Looney Labs always treats me wonderfully. So try and treat them nice too.
By the way, I have every Star Trek Flux except for a few of the little packs.
Boosters?
Yeah.
Because there's the bridge expansion.
That I have.
Okay. And then there's the 2, basically all they did for Enterprise packs.
Those ones I do not have.
Okay. Noted. But yeah, they're not, unfortunately, Looney Labs is not going to be doing any more licensed stuff, at least for the time being. It's a hassle, so there will be no more Doctor Who Flux. No more. There will be no Discovery Flux. If nothing else, Andrew Looney hates Discovery, so there was never going to be a Discovery Flux. But
what about a Picard
should,
or Strange New World?
Only on the. I think those fall into. Well, we're not doing any more licensed stuff. But I think I don't know his opinion on them off the top of my head. Andy's great. Everyone at Looney Labs is great. But Andy joined us live. If you go onto our YouTube channel and you can check out the live we did over Christmas, a game of Parsley, as spelt as in parse like text parser. And we had a Christmas edition. We gave some of those away. And Andy Looney loves Parsley, so he came on and did that along with Caitlin, who writes a lot of our Looney Saturday events. I blame you because of the Smarties. I have been christened Candyman. No, dude, you were Candyman way before me. You were Candyman as soon as you mailed that stuff in. Or is that why you started mailing stuff in? Is that how the conversation started? Was me talking about Smarties? I don't even remember at this point. But no, I'm for MegaCon. I'm definitely going to be bringing Doctor Who Flux. I'm excited. So I've got. Last time I was at MegaCon, Mark Muncy of Erie, Florida, gave me a couple of box sets of the Doctor Who role-playing game and Doctor Who: The Game of Time and Space. And I just didn't have them put away, so I had them. He's got something for me. He did show me on camera. I couldn't see what it was. It might be a source book for the role-playing game. But he was clearing stuff out, and it's like, well, I'd rather this go, because they're not inexpensive on the retail, on the resale secondary market. It's like, no, I want this to go to a good home. So I'm super excited to see what he's got. I got to save room in my stuff, my suitcase. So where are we at with the king? That is looking pretty swanky already. See, what have you got left? You got the scepter and the crown. And looks like the fur is all done.
Well, everything is based. Like I said, everything is based, but nothing is highlighted yet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give what I've done a complete and total wash of Agrax Earthshade, and it kind of darkens it and dirties it. So his nice white trim on his cape won't be quite as white. It'll be a little dingy. So yeah, I'm going to basically stop here, give what I've got a wash, and then I'll start building up the highlights from there. So I've gotten a good amount of base coats done. The scepter and the crown have to be done. The eyebrows, I want to do them kind of like a gray color. There's some teeth that are showing that need to be done. Just really small things that have to be. Is
there texture there, like the little flecks of black that you get in the airman skin along the edge of the cloak? Is that there, or is it just a straight white, like it's just a solid fur?
Oh, here?
Yeah, like it's show on that. Actually, on that it doesn't. So no, it doesn't. Traditionally, there'd be some black in there. You can kind of see just in where the shadows are on. I'm doing this with my mouse like you can see what I'm doing on my screen. But yeah, you can see where the shadows are. A lot of times those are going to be black because it's
Yeah.
a more traditional fur.
I can put little
For that,
black
but yes.
dots in there, but
Oh,
that's
you
easy
can do
to
whatever
do.
you want. It's entirely you.
Yeah.
You do whatever. So, James, I'm going to
Okay.
throw this question to you as well as me. And
All right.
you can switch over to the other camera if you're not doing any more on the rat too. But
Nothing.
MegaCon, nothing major. So MegaCon, we'll probably go about another 5 minutes just to keep things a nice even on the half hour. MegaCon is Fan Expo, who of course bought the Calgary and Edmonton Expos. So it's a lot of the same people. And Mark was saying, who do you want to see at MegaCon? And if you get to meet her, being Nev Campbell, I'll be so jealous of you. Hashtag the craft. Is there anyone coming to Calgary that you really that's been announced that you really want to meet?
I've one of the returning
You can
guests.
Remember?
One of the returning guests. I was excited to meet the first time he was there. He was there, and he was one of my bucket list celebrities, and that was Zachary Levi, because I love Chuck. I love the TV show Chuck, all 5 seasons. So I was extremely happy to see him. I think most of them we are returning.
A lot of them that I've noticed, yeah.
There's a couple. Even though he's been there before, Peter Cullen. I'm super excited for Peter Cullen. I mean, come on, it's Optimus Prime. Who wouldn't want to meet him?
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna stop by and say hi to Mario.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in. I don't know if he'll be back in Calgary. He's been there a few times, but he's definitely gonna be in Orlando.
Nice.
I think. Oh shoot, Matthew. Bevel.
Oh no, yeah. Yeah, he's been to Calgary. He's been to Calgary before, and I met him then. But he was super cool. Yeah, like a lot of them I've either seen them before they were bought by Fan Expo, or in the first couple of years.
Yeah.
I haven't gone through the list and done my must have, could use, and would be nice lists yet.
I am super sad, and I'm not going to be quiet about this one. It is the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. Yeah. And Pensacon, who is run by the competition of Fan Expo, had a bazillion and a half Doctor Who guests.
Oh wow!
And you know what Calgary has, and what MegaCon has so far?
Nobody.
So I'm not thrilled about that. Although I am not. Oh god. I was trying to upload a picture that I want to get signed, and I couldn't because it errored because of course I've got too many pictures here. Yeah, no, I'm so not thrilled with that. Thanks Fan Expo for not stepping up, because it's the 60th anniversary. What are you doing? But this, I got to get this one signed. It's not a great picture. I might actually get a different version, but he was absolutely such a sweet guy. And I love Daredevil. And I love Daredevil in She-Hulk as well. Yeah. Hashtag Mark did the hashtag. I do have some more candy reviews. Hashtag Mark. So good to know. Also, so Rev, I will bring again. If we can cross paths between flights, I will 100% also bring you some candy. If nothing else, I might leave you some or something with Christian or something to mail, because mailing internationally sucks. it is cheaper for Mark to send you stuff than it is for me in Canada. But no, I think that's we're sitting at an hour and a half. It is supper time for sure. I know my roommate has not eaten. I have not eaten. James, thank you so much. I like this I like this format. I like you doing this. I'm glad we brought you in because we've got a couple of plans. We've been thinking about doing some live painting, joint painting things. One of the ones we wanted to do was oh nope, this is the wrong one. Either way, this is the Usagi Yojimbo Arcadia quest, but we both have these Sakai Stan Sakai set of Ninja Turtles, and I very you specifically bought it. I specifically bought it because I love Usagi and I love Stan Sakai. I had actually asked him to come on. There you go. That's the one. So we've been talking about trying to get together and painting the turtles all together because all of us are. I'm not going to blow my YouTube by saying exactly how bad of a painter I am, but I would totally do that. There, and we all have kind of a similar thing. We were looking at doing it live somewhere somehow, but I'll be back in Georgia by the time I get here. Boo. That blows. But send me your address. We'll figure something out. I've got a couple of things I got to mail. So, oh, that reminds me. Melanie will be in the UK soon. Yes, Melanie is going over for the Star Wars celebration. And who did we? So, yeah, she's super excited, and she's bringing the traveling TARDIS, so that's going to be great as well. Yep, she will. What was that, James?
Will she be part of the running of the ice cream makers?
I have no idea. I know she's been working crazy on her cosplays. She got a couple of casuals. She got some good stuff because she is a pretty darn good artist. I'm excited to see.
Because that's the thing at the celebrations. Just like we have the running of the T-Rexes, they have the running of the guy on Cloud City with the ice cream maker.
Oh, jeez. I want to see. Oh, my goodness. Mark, between you and Melanie, you all need to do a bunch of those videos together, just like we did. I will happily host that as an extra episode and go from there. I didn't hear about her with yeah, no, I don't think she is, but because that's the sort of thing I think I'd remember. But I've never heard of that beyond now. But I do have to remember. I got to remember to bring my challenge coin because I got my 501st challenge coin. I'm going to pull this out so you can see the other side of it. So I have to remember to bring that with me to Orlando because I forgot it last time.
Yeah, I think I have an Expo challenge coin, but that's the only one I have.
Yeah, this is from the officially from the 501st. But yeah, no. So I think we'll call it a night here. I will figure out to edit this down some way somehow. You can continue as you continue. I'm gonna run the credits again, just in case I'm too lazy to edit all of this off of YouTube. For everyone who's still watching, thank you. Specifically to our wonderful hashtag Guru Tom and Mark Robinson, who have both joined me on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I might as well do thank yous again. I will just pop this up. Hashtag great show. Hashtag boop. I mean, it was less screwy than Christians. I will say that. But once again, I do want to thank Zach Law, who joined us for the Great Rat Wars, talking about his stuff. Of course, you can check me out at MegaCon coming up here in about a week. with the Legend of the Traveling Tortoise. Yesterday we did talk to Eric Roberts, who James has had a chance to meet, I would like to point out, because James was working on the show that we've been talking about on there up in Edmonton. And
Red Pine
just
City?
because I feel like doing it. Yep, Red Pine City. We didn't mention on the air exactly what the show was, but we did talk a little bit about how much they love Canada, Liza and Derek. And here's a great picture of Edmonton. And it's only, and I promise it's not normally quite this nice looking.
That's from The Last of Us.
It is, in fact, from The Last of Us. It was great. I do, but thank you. Ding. Right. So for MegaCon, that is our schedule with the Legend of the Traveling Tortoise for our panels. We have one each day at 5:15, except for Sunday, which is 2:15. And my earphones are telling me that they need to be charged because they're old and starting to die. But that having been said, once again, thank you to the 427s for the music you hear at the front and end of this, and apparently in the middle, because I, had the credits in the middle. Geekorama.net, who is co-broadcasting this over on their Facebook page, and I did notice a few people tuning in from there. Legend of Traveling Tortoise and HWWS Media Group for sponsoring this StreamYard that I use to broadcast this. You can watch James's Slinging Paint on our YouTube channel, which is, do I have my banner for that? Ding, 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 ding. Somewhere I have a banner for that. Heaven forbid I should be, prepared. There is so many. You do not understand just how much stuff is in here because I am sharing this. It's not here. I think we may have deleted it. But yes, it is youtube.com/TheRatHole.ca. TheRatHole.ca, because both Twitch and YouTube hate having periods. Do I have it? There you go. So the youtube.com/TheRatHole.ca. James is not on our Twitch, but you can certainly follow us on Twitch. This is broadcasting on our Twitch channel, The Rat Hole, DOTCA. We occasionally do.
I don't know how to get.
What was that, James?
There. So I go on there, but I don't know how.
You just on your browser, you can just go to twitch.tv/TheRatHole, DOTCA, or you can download the Twitch app and do it there. But because we are doing the Worlds Apart, Doctor Who Worlds Apart digital card game quite often, so I okay, fine, I will set up a proper account. So you'll occasionally see us there. But for all of our links, we have a link tree, linktr.ee/TheRatHole.ca with a proper dot in there, where you can subscribe to all of our social medias across all of the different platforms. Check out our reviews, check out our news, check out all of our fun stuff. And like I said, check back here on Sunday for either this or part 5 of ElfQuest, because I'm still not sure I shared it out. It's there. I just don't know that I actually shared it out. But until then, thank you again for joining in. Good gaming, and goodbye.
Wonderful.